Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new process video for Citrus Twist Kits, and today I'm very excited to share a few ideas on what I'm gonna be doing with my December or my holiday documenting. And I'm using the newest Sparkle and Joy kit, and this kit is beautiful. Trina did a beautiful joy designing. I'm actually gonna be using two albums because I do a lot of documenting in December. I'm choosing the Candy Apple, and I'm still deciding whether I'm gonna go with Peacock or I have Fair Green too. So all I have done for the cover of my page for my album, and I'm gonna do it on both the albums. Maybe I'll change for the second one, I don't know exactly, but this one I'm using a piece of acetate. I have cut it to fit into my album, so 5 inches by 8 1/4. What I'm using is, I was given this contraption or paper trimmer machine. It's called the Works from American Crafts, and it actually creates a tab. So I created a tab at the bottom of the acetate, just gonna help me with moving it, opening my album. So what I did outside of the camera is I used, this is the countdown cut file, and I cut the number 20 twice out of glitter cardstock, gold glitter, and then twice out of white cardstock, enough so that it fits in the center of my page. Now I want to bring shine, and like I said, my way of documenting in December is everyday documenting with a little bit of glitz. So for that I am using a little bit of mixed media. So all I'm going to do, very simple mixed media, is I am bringing, this is, I think it's called Glitz Glimmer Paste from Gina K, and I'm using the iridescent, super shiny, has this opaly quality. It has glitter in the paste, which makes it like texture and really shiny, which I love. And I'm using this stencil, is from Echo Park. And all I'm doing is just running with my palette knife a little bit of the paste on top of the acetate, just to create that little cascade of stars. I'm gonna set it aside to dry. This paste dries really fast, so while that is drying, I'm just gluing the glitter 20 to the white cardstock 20, just to make it a little bit sturdier when I add it onto my acetate. So once I have that ready, I'm actually gonna go ahead and start setting everything in place. And I just my idea is, when I size the 20s, I wanted to make sure that they fit within the second hold from the top and the bottom. So when I make sure that when I play with the numbers, I size them to fit in that area. Now one of the things that I struggle with, but I had a hard time, is if I was gonna position the 20 on top of each other and then the word at the bottom, or if I wanted to add it in the middle. So I just went with the middle, and then I debated between using the puffy gold alphas from the Citrus Twist Kit shop or the ones that came in the kit. But the ones in the kit won, just because it's a different font, it's texture, it has a different shade of gold, and it just adds that movement to the center of the page. So all I'm doing right now is just making sure that the 20 sits straight, even though when I design the numbers, they're not completely straight. They kind of be a little bit of a movement, and I love that. So all I'm doing is setting one of the 20s at the bottom. The word magic is gonna fit right on the center between the two 20s. And like I said, I make sure that when I size the numbers, they were gonna fit between the two center holes and the top and the bottom. That's the best way to describe it. So all I'm doing right now is just gluing everything in place. I'm just using a Connect glue, like just regular strong glue. You're gonna see a hint of it when I flip the acetate. It doesn't bother me. It's not that I'm gonna cover with another 20. It really doesn't bug me. I'm just gonna make sure that my album has something interesting in the following page, so that my eye is driven right onto the next page. So for that, I'm actually gonna show you, I had an idea when I was designing the cut files, and I heard from a lot of the girls that love this cut file, but I want to use it in a different way. And the cut file that I'm going to use in the next page is actually called the divider cut files. I designed this just to create kind of a divider on your pages. You can use it to create a pocket. I'm going to use it to create a gatefold opening envelope for my album. So I'm using the one that has a little poinsettia, and I'm using my Silhouette software to create this. I think there is a similar procedure when you use your Cricut. So all I did first is I highlighted the image and I traced it to create my cutting guide. Once I have that, I'm gonna shrink it a bit so that it fits to 8 inches in height, and I'm gonna say less, around 2.5 inches in width, just for now. And then once I have it sized approximately, this is not an exact size yet, I'm actually gonna copy it, and then I am actually going to the second image, the image that I copied. I'm actually gonna flip it horizontally. This way I'm creating a mirror image of the poinsettia. I'm gonna kind of put them side by side. I'm gonna highlight them together, and then I'm gonna shrink them in a way that they fit to 5 inches in width. That's all I'm doing right now. You're gonna see that I highlight the whole image. I already have it at 8 inches in height. All I'm doing is just shrinking it so they fit to 5 inches when like they're together that way. Once I have that in place, I need to add, this is already the gatefold, the part that it's gonna open. So now I need to add the horizontal or the rectangle that's gonna keep these two pages together. So I'm gonna show you how easy it is to do it. I'm gonna draw a rectangle that is 5 inches in width, which is the width of a page protector for the Life Crafted album, and then I'm gonna make sure that it's 8 inches in height. Once I have that ready, I'm actually gonna drag the tabs or the dividers or the images, whichever way you want to say it, to the left and the right of the rectangle. Now here's the key part. You have to make sure that when you place the tabs or the dividers, whichever way you want to call them, that they overlap a little bit on top of the rectangle. Once you have them that way, you're gonna highlight the entire image. You're gonna right click and press weld, or I think it's called modify the image, and choose weld, and that's just gonna get the 3 pictures or the 3 images together and form one single image. And then I'm just gonna send it to cut onto my silhouette. I decided to cut it, I debated between cutting it out of white cardstock or vellum, and decided to do it out of white cardstock just because I want something a little bit sturdier. So my idea is, like I said, these dividers could be you could be used as a divider in your album. You can transform it into a pocket. I'm using it as a gatefold card opening for my album. Think of an envelope that opens in the center. So all I'm doing right now is I'm using my scoring board to create or to mark the 5 inches the 5-inch page. In this case, remember that rectangle that we added? I'm marking that on the page. So all I did is just put it on my scoring board, find the 5 inches, kind of center everything, and then score them. And then I'm just using the bone folder to create my gatefold opening for this little insert. Now I'm not gonna use the gatefold opening right as I'm gonna say the first part. No, I'm gonna use it on the opposite side. So you're gonna see the 2020 page, my cover page, and then you're gonna see the back of this gatefold, and that's where I'm gonna add the picture. Every time that I do my albums, regardless when it comes to holiday documented, I like to add, either in this case, since it's Christmas, it's gonna be a picture of all of us, or it's gonna be a picture of my nativity set, or it's gonna be a picture of my Christmas tree, but it's gonna be a really nice graphic picture, so that it's gonna kind of take your eyes off that glue that you see behind the 2020 into the picture. So now what I did, also what I'm gonna add inside the gatefold in this case, is I wanna add my reasons why I do love writing. I do a lot of writing on my albums. So all I did is I went into the Sparkle and Joy kit and pulled a paper that had kind of really vibrant graphic look to it, and this one is like a teal with teal snowflakes on it. So I cut it to fit to 4 7/8 of 4 7/8 in wide, and I cut around 7 7/8 in height. So I cut around 1/8 of an inch of the left and the right, and then I'm gonna center inside the gatefold or the envelope, whichever way you want to call it. And then I went outside of the camera, use my I use Photoshop for this, and I just added my lines of journal, talking about how this year documenting is going to be a little bit different, just because COVID is going to prevent from us having, going out or having people over. It's going to be a very a party of 5 this year. Between is my family, which is my mom lives with us, so it's the 5 of us. But I want to make it, even though it's going to be a lot of home cooking and watching TV, I think there's beauty in that. I think this year has taught us, to be really nice to each other. So all I did is, and just to make sure to hold it in place, is I printed my lines of journal so that they fit in the center, but left extra space at the top of the page. That allowed me to create a flap that I can kind of slide on behind the paper, and I just added a little bit of glue to keep it all in place. All I'm doing right now is just adding titles by using 2 of the stamp sets from the shop. One is the Sparkle and Joy stamp set, and the other one is, I think it's called True Life, True Life. And this is one of the stamps that was released last month, and it has this beautiful script words, which is the same script as the word magic, so you're gonna see it used throughout the kit, the albums, and also has these beautiful sentiments. So I'm just adding the title. It says here we are together making spirits bright, and I think at the bottom it says I am ready to tell this, and I think I put Mary's story, which comes in the glitter Sparkle and Joy stamp set. And that's all is gonna be inside my page. You're gonna see that I added the little punch holes to the right of the page, just because that's what the part that it's gonna sit on my album. And just to close this together, I'm actually gonna use one of the chipboard stickers from the Sparkle and Joy kit. I make sure that I added a little bit of I think it's like baby powder at the back, so it's less sticky. And that's about it. Remember, I created my cover, and then I created the gatefold. That fold is gonna be in the opposite side, so it's not gonna be as soon as you open the cover. As once you see the cover, you're gonna see that. No, I'm gonna put a picture there, and then once you flip that, then you'll be able to read the reasons why. There'll be another picture on the side, usually super size. So that's my idea already, and that's about for today. I hope you try it. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I would love to help you. Thank you so much for joining me.